A lot of people over 50 take vitamin D every single day. And honestly, most of them believe they are doing something good for their bones, immune system, and long-term health. Maybe you do too. And yet, many people still wonder why their bodies feel older, even while trying to stay healthy. And that leads to a question almost nobody asks. What if your body absorbs calcium perfectly, but does not know where that calcium is supposed to go? Because after 50, it is not always about getting calcium into the body. Sometimes, what matters most is where that calcium ends up. And that changes the entire conversation around aging, mobility, and cardiovascular health, especially in a world where modern life has quietly disconnected many of us from the natural rhythms the human body evolved with. Today, we are talking about the hidden relationship between vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. And once you understand how they work together, you may never look at supplementation the same way again. Just a few generations ago, life looked very different. People spent more time outdoors. They walked more, worked with their hands more, ate less processed food, slept according to natural light. Sunlight was not something people scheduled. It was simply part of life. Now compare that to modern living. Many people wake up indoors, drive to work, spend most of the day beneath artificial light, then return home and repeat the same rhythm again. And without realizing it, millions of adults go through entire days with very little meaningful sunlight exposure. That matters more than most people think, because sunlight is one of the body's primary ways of producing vitamin D. And low vitamin D levels have become incredibly common. Fatigue, low mood, weakness, reduced resilience, bone concerns. Many people experience these changes so gradually. They assume it is simply aging. But sometimes, the body is missing signals it was designed to receive. That is why so many adults begin supplementing with vitamin D3. And to be clear, vitamin D3 absolutely matters. It supports immune health, bone health, calcium absorption, and many important systems throughout the body. But there is another part of the story that often gets overlooked. And honestly, it may be the missing piece many people never hear about. Imagine your body as a massive construction site. Your skeleton is the building. Vitamin D3 acts like delivery trucks, carrying calcium through the bloodstream. And it does that job very efficiently. But here is the problem. Those delivery trucks do not automatically know where to unload. And if calcium continues circulating without proper direction, some of it may begin settling into places it does not truly belong, including the arteries. Now imagine bricks being dumped onto a highway instead of a construction site. Traffic slows, space narrows, pressure builds. Inside the body, that highway is your cardiovascular system. Over time, arteries can gradually become less flexible and more rigid. And this is where vitamin K2 may play a very important role. Because vitamin K2 helps activate proteins involved in guiding calcium toward the bones and away from soft tissues, like blood vessels. Or said more simply, vitamin D helps load the calcium. Vitamin K2 helps direct the traffic. That single idea changes how many people think about supplementation. Not because supplements are good or bad, but because the body functions as a system not as isolated parts. And maybe part of you already relates to this. Maybe you have taken vitamin D for years. Maybe your doctor recommended it. Maybe you genuinely believed you were doing everything right. Then slowly, over time, something changes. You feel stiffer getting out of bed. Your joints do not move as freely. You become more aware of your blood pressure. Your energy feels less dependable. And quietly, a difficult question begins to appear. Why does my body feel older, even though I am trying to take care of it? That question is deeply human. And many thoughtful people over 50 ask themselves the same thing. I once spoke with a man in his late 60s, disciplined, active, health conscious. He told me, I take my vitamins every day. I walk almost every morning. I thought I was doing everything right, and that sentence stayed with me. Because most people struggling with health after 50 are not careless. They are trying. But modern health information is often fragmented. We hear about calcium. We hear about vitamin D. Yet very few people explain how nutrients actually work together. And this is the part many supplement commercials never explain. Your body relies on specialized proteins to help manage calcium properly. Some help bind calcium into bone. Others help reduce unwanted calcium buildup in blood vessels. But these proteins require vitamin K2 to become fully active. Without enough K2, the instructions remain incomplete, almost like workers arriving at a construction site without receiving the blueprint. And while research is still evolving, several studies have suggested an important connection here. One well-known observational study from Rotterdam followed thousands of adults over many years. Researchers found an association between higher vitamin K2 intake and lower rates of arterial calcification and cardiovascular-related mortality. Now, that does not mean vitamin K2 is magic, and no supplement replaces sleep, movement, nutrition, stress management, or medical care. But it reinforces an important principle. The body does not simply need more nutrients. It needs coordination. And perhaps modern health culture sometimes forgets that more is not always better. Better balance is better. Because after 50, the body rarely struggles from one missing thing alone. It struggles from systems falling out of balance. So what can people actually do? First, sunlight still matters. Not obsessively, not perfectly, but the human body evolved with natural light exposure, a short morning walk, fresh air, sunlight on the skin, gentle movement. Sometimes the simplest habits remain the most biologically powerful. Second, food quality matters more than many people realize. Vitamin K2 is naturally found in certain fermented foods and animal products. Foods like natto, egg yolks, certain cheeses, and grass-fed dairy may contain meaningful amounts. Your body still recognizes traditional nourishment far better than ultra-processed convenience food. Third, if someone chooses supplementation, balance matters. Many healthcare professionals commonly pair vitamin D3 with vitamin K2, particularly the MK7 form. But personalized care still matters. Every body is different. Every medical history is different, especially for people taking blood thinners or managing cardiovascular conditions. Conversations with healthcare professionals are important. And honestly, that balance between modern science and personal responsibility may be one of the healthiest mindsets we can develop after 50. Not fear, not obsession, not chasing miracle solutions, just learning, adjusting, paying attention. Because healthy aging rarely happens through dramatic overnight transformation. More often, it is shaped quietly, through small rhythms, consistent habits, and daily decisions, repeated over time. And perhaps the deeper truth behind this entire conversation is not really about supplements at all. It is about reconnection. Reconnection to movement, sunlight, nourishment, and the way the body was designed to function. Modern life disconnected many people from those signals for a very long time. And slowly, we are learning how to reconnect again. Not perfectly, but more intelligently. Because thriving after 50 is not about pretending we are 25. It is about preserving strength, clarity, mobility, confidence. It is about walking without fear, traveling with energy, playing with grandchildren, waking up feeling capable in your own body. And sometimes, one small insight creates a meaningful shift. Not overnight, but gradually. The way real health usually happens. Quietly, consistently, and often more intelligently than before. So if today's conversation gave you a new perspective, consider sharing it with someone you care about. Because sometimes, one small piece of understanding can quietly change the way someone ages. And every time we share wisdom, we help one another live with greater awareness, greater strength, and deeper intention. Until next time, stay wise, stay strong, and take good care of the body that carries you through life.